Hello. Don't go adjust your screen. That's me messing with the adjustments on my end. Um, the little computer I'm working with now doesn't have any of my little video toys I can go hide behind. So I'm hiding a little bit by messing with the settings. Here we go. This is a written journal from 9/17. It was written early in the morning. It's the first one of that day, and I've called it Finding Your Way Deeper Within, Owning Multidimensionality. And I've slept since then. I don't remember at all what's in here, so let's discover it together. My days and nights lose distinction as having the importance of regulation. Who needs that? It's nice to be out from under it, to have this freedom, no clocks. I love the sun. It's not that it has less importance to me, not that. It just loses its role as a regulator. As I lose my identity as anything physical, well, anything only physical. We're all so much more than that. It's quite amazing, really, that anything was ever able to get us to be stuffed into these bodies and take that on as our whole identity. And it's rather shocking when seen from the larger perspective. It could not have been done to us. We had to cooperate. We are too powerful. Kind of gives you an attitude adjustment, huh? So, what have I to offer here today? Well, I'll tell you that I was stopped on my pillow from arising before being clear on this one thing. I do these journals for me. We are all such grand, beautiful, and powerful beings. We don't need anyone telling us anything. We are complete and whole, and we are perfect. Parenthetically, all life is perfect too, but that's not the matter of this journal. So, before I would get up, it seems I must be shown and acknowledged that I write and speak these things for me. You need no perfecting. We are just doing this jointly, that is all. I am perhaps like a consultant for you. So, do stand in your power. Stand in your heart. Receive the journals, receive me from there. Besides, that is how you will gain the most from it. I had something clearly in awareness that I was viewing, was going over before I arose. I was seeing how we contain the opposites so very neatly. Here, in this dimension of 3D, we have been convinced that we are this or that. Yet, I find the reality is that we are both and all. We are neither separated out nor limited. The body may be limited, but the body isn't you. So, as I say, step into your you, into your heart. Step into your fullness. Don't be content with your limited self that you carved out in order to have this experience here in 3D. Let all limitations begin fading away from your consciousness, as they are fading away in reality. Don't you feel it? I do. So can you. Get acquainted with the within of you. I'll meet you there. I don't speak for truth, nor do I know anyone who can, not in this dimension. I do offer the best that I have or know. Why work with anything? Why settle for anything less? Within heart, we are whole and complete. That's where we touch down with these higher aspects of self. So just keep centering and don't worry. Don't cede room for any feelings of imperfection or inadequacy. Reject that. Those feelings exist only because you created them. Those feelings of inferiority to anyone and anything. Just let them go for now. You can do it. You can do anything. Let go anything that says otherwise for a few moments here. You can pick up all your old limitations if you want to reclaim them on your way out. For now, though, let us travel together, unlimited. Are you standing in your power? Heart centering has led me to so much, I hardly have the words for it. Just keep returning. This is the way out of layers and levels of limitation. To just keep returning to heart. If you have another way, then use it. Just find a way to enter and center in your fullness, your multidimensionality. Everyone is gaining access to these deeper levels of being now. At first, they are quite subtle. Be alert. Don't let the mind brush them off as inconsequential. Nothing is that. Everything has meaning. Everything is speaking. In its own way, everything shares. Even a cell, an atom, is somehow conscious. We have so much to learn. No, really, to remember. From this place in our center, we can contact the allness. Self is that. This is the place of the I am that I am. We are that. We share being with that. There are many who take umbrage, who immediately disagree with this. These will accuse you of claiming to be God, capital G. Now that is a mind perspective, and mind is limited. How could it be otherwise and be useful here in 3D? There is nothing wrong with mind. It's just limited, suited best for only one job, sorting out the things of 3D. Well, it is not our 3D-ness that makes this claim or this statement. It is not our 3D-ness that stands within. It is from within our multidimensional contact point in heart that we realize this oneness with Source. On some level or in some way, it is really Source speaking through us to say that. To say, I am that. Or I am that I am. That is the oneness at work. It is not channeling. It is just who you are. But the mind cannot claim this. That would be sacrilege. That would be obscene. So the one who accuses does have a point. This is subtle to some, to those still more comfortable within mind. To those in heart, though, it's not subtle at all. It's reality. I am that. No joke. The one who accuses is accurate when pointing to someone who in mind is claiming the I am that. How do we attain these deeper levels of being? By surrender. in my experience, we let go. It's amazing the things that come up inviting us to let go of them. And that's why they arise, I've discovered. Or did you know that? Are you aware yet that all life, every moment of it, is an ongoing conversation with Source? With your Source? This is one of the things that touching down in heart will reveal. We are invited by things coming up in our awareness to observe, not to judge. And often we find something we're ready to drop, something that's no longer needed, not by our multidimensional being. You see, we picked up many things in service to our life in 3D, and that was fine, no problem at all. Oh, and folks, let the whole idea that there is such a thing as a problem go away. Surrender that. There are no problems. That's just mind at work. View them instead as opportunities. That's what they are. And that's a heart way of viewing. It puts you in contact with the within. More it can. It's up to you. Well, the way out from unity was to pick up all of these ideas and concepts and explore them. They helped us craft our identity. The way back into that unity is by letting them go, surrendering beliefs and ideas. What is truth will stand, will stay. The rest will fall away. They served us well. That's why we have them. As you spend time in heart, though, you will find they are just in the way. These thoughts and ideas, these concepts and beliefs, they get you kicked out of heart if you keep them, if you keep grasping onto them. Learn to let go. What's true can't be destroyed. It will stay. It will remain. And so the grasping is just fear. You see? So, anytime you want to deepen your presence within, look for what can be surrendered in the present moment. You won't have far to look. It's in the nature of things that the perfect thing to consider is right there before you. I've found that's just how things work. Go figure, right? Now, in sharing all of this with you, I find I have forgotten the initial thing I wanted to work out. It had to do with containing seeming opposites, and that much I recall. It feels so very good, embracing our multidimensionality, more of the fullness of self. We've been or felt so limited, so boxed in, and for so long, it feels lovely to spread those wonderful wings of yours. Do it often. Another way into this is to find and indulge your joy. Find what makes your heart glad. And just do that. Be with that. Love yourself enough to make time for this. Whether walking the dog, or painting, or singing, or working with your hands in some way, or just looking at rainbows. It doesn't matter at all what form it takes. I hold crystals. They just make me happy. Just indulge in joy, and do it often. You'll find yourself within. Emotions we are discovering, at least I am. Emotions are more important in this cycle than we thought. Now, thought is the foundation. It creates all we see. But right now, emotion is the pathway out of limitation. It takes us into our greater being. Emotion has its own intelligence. Have you noticed how emotion and intuition are often linked up? Not always, but often. We have larger and other ways of knowing things, of knowing and experiencing life than just with the mind. And it's time we were finding that. It's not really difficult, though it may seem so to mind. Oh well, this journal goes where it will. It steers itself. Guess I'll work on the other thing, whatever it is, when it next arises. Maybe I was tricked out of bed that way, thinking writing would help me work on that other thing. Life is funny like that. For me, I find nothing higher, though, than to go with the heart flow that arises when I'm centered. And this isn't just any flow. It's not the flow of circumstances, of what's happening externally. It is other than that. Really, it is best experienced, because until you do, these are just so many words. It's like following your intuition all the time, paying attention to that. When we don't follow it, I can just about guarantee we're in mind. We're too focused there. And that has us off the center point of the cross of time-space, which is the now. So it's a shift in focus that's called for here, not a new thing. We already are and contain all that's needed now and forever. Be with that for a moment. We already are and contain in this fractal reality all that's needed now and forever. Or even more than that, we contain it. You've got to be centered for this, for mind is sure to object on any number of levels. Just don't listen. Set it aside, look the other way. We already are and contain all that's needed, or ever will be. We're complete. There's no imperfection here, either in us or in 3D. All is well. Stay out of mind. Can you find your way into this? Can you let go of the way you're used to looking at things, even just for a moment? Until you do, you won't realize how very real it is. Mind cannot master this. No matter how much effort it makes, it's not a mind thing. Those within mind sing a sort of one-note symphony, and it's good for a while, but that while is past. It's time to move on. As we step into our wholeness, we shed the garments of inadequacy, like yesterday's clothes. It can be as easy as that. It's not effort that's required so much as intent. It's a shift we're all making together, and that makes it so much more enjoyable. Oh, and easier too. Many, manifold, multitudinous blessings, my friends. Choose to have a blessed day, a blessed night. Nothing that happens can shake this. Choice and intent. Play with these. See you later.